Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Yahya, if you could read last lesson sabak, the Surah Fatiha translation.
जी Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Get 1 minute, sorry.
I think I forgot to share the screen.
Yeah.
One sec.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. All praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, the most merciful, the very merciful, or the continuously merciful. Maliki Yawmiddin, the master of the day of judgment. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'een. Is you that we only worship, and is only you that we ask for help. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Guide us to the straight path. Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim. The path which you have blessed. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Other than the path which is other than those whom you are angry upon, and not upon those who are the oppressors.
Dhalin.
And not upon those who are like in astray.
Astray, misguidance, astray.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just before we move on, there was a question that you asked last lesson. غير المغضوب عليهم. So in regards to غير, you wanted to know the nahwa behind it. Anything that you've thought of or you think?
Yeah, so the غير, it's a صفة of الذين, because الذين is majrul, because it's a mudaf ilayh, صراط الذين, and a غير is describing like the path that is other than those, so it also becomes majrul.
Very good, mashallah. May Allah increase your knowledge. That's overall very good. So there's a few possibilities people have given. As I keep saying, the main focus is the translation, but just a bit of understanding of grammar for those that are into grammar as well. So sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim. So sirata is a mudaf. Alladhina is the mudaf ilay, or the beginning of the mudaf ilay. So it's the sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim, the path of those people who you've bestowed your favors upon. And then it's saying not the path of those people who your anger has descended upon. So the ghairi, option number 1, it's a sifa of alladina. So sirat alladina, so the path of those people who alladina anamta alayhim, or explaining those people further, a description of those people further. So that's what a sifa is, description. So a description of those people further. غير المغضوب عليهم, not the ones upon whom your anger have descended. So it's just a description of the alladina, the very people who you've bestowed your favors upon. It's a very description of them. And because alladina was in the majrur state, similarly غير will be in the majrur state. That's number 1. However, some grammarians have noticed a problem with that possible explanation, which is the problem they've noticed is, this is getting a bit deeper into grammar, so this might not be for everyone. So we'll soon get back to the translation, which is the main focus. But anyway, alladina, if you're saying that ghairi is a description, so ghairi is a sifa of alladina, then alladina is called a mawsuf, the described noun. One of the rules of mawsuf sifa is both have to be either ma'rifa, specific nouns, or both have to be nakira, common nouns. However, what's happened here is alladina is ma'rifa, ghairi seems like it's nakira. So they're not agreeing with one another in terms of both ma'rifa or both nakira. Rather, one's ma'rifa and one's nakira. And that's a problem, because normally mawsuf sifa both have to be the same, either ma'rifa or either nakira. As a reason, or as a result of that, some grammarians have said option number 2, ghairi, is a badal, substitute of alladina. So in grammar, there's badal, and the thing that it's substituting is mubdal min. So they say it's a badal mubdal min link. And in badal mubdal min link, there's no such rule as both have to be ma'rifa or both have to be nakira. So you're avoiding that. An example of badal would be For example, Ja'ani Yahya. Yahya came to me. No, that's a mistake. Yusuf came to me. So I said one name, but then I made a mistake. So I changed it to another name. That's not the only type of badal, but that's what a badal is, that basically you change it. So Sirat al-ladina anamta alayhim, the path of those people who you bestowed your favors upon. Sirat ghayr al-maghdubi alayhim. No, actually, the path of those people who your anger hasn't come upon. So it's more in that kind of way. So some say that ghayri is treated as a badal. Anyway, it can be mawsuf sifa or it can be badal. The mawsuf sifa had that ma'rifa problem, that one is ma'rifa, one is nakira. Badal doesn't have that rule, therefore it's probably easier to say badal mubdal min. However, majority of the grammarians actually say it's mawsuf sifa. And the way they answer the objection of the ma'rifa and nakira is they say that ghayri is not ma'rifa, because ghayri is a mudaf to maghdub alayhim. And a mudaf, if the mudaf ilay is ma'rifa, the mudaf becomes ma'rifa by nature as well. So because the mudaf ilay was ma'rifa here, the ghayri will also be ma'rifa. So now alladina is ma'rifa and ghayri is also ma'rifa. Anyway, that's probably 75% of the depth of the answer there. There's a bit more depth beyond that as well. Is that clear?
Ji, that's clear.
Okay, let's start translation of the next part. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So Surah Baqarah, the first ruku of that. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alif Lam Mim. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. That book, there is no doubt in it. Before we go into the translation of ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ, Alif Lam Mim. So what does Alif Lam Mim mean? Now there's a lot of differences of opinion regarding the translation of Alif Lam Mim or Kaf Ha Ya Ain Sad or Hamim. We call these Huruful Muqatta'at, the broken letters. Qata. They're like, it's just a letter, Alif, then Lam, and then Mim. So these broken letters or Huruful Muqatta'a, what's the meaning of those? The scholars of tafsir have many views, depending on which tafsir you look at. 5, 10, 15 views you'll come to. However, the preferred opinion of majority of the research scholars is, the truth is only Allah knows the true meaning of that. To such an extent, like it's attributed to people like Ibn Abbas that they say it's a secret of Allah within his kalam, sirrullah. Whether we'll find out in the hereafter or not, scholars have a discussion upon that. So as this, the focus here is not the explanation, not tafsir, rather it's tarjuma and translation, we'll just focus on the preferred opinion, which is that Alif Lam Mim, only Allah knows the meaning behind it. Now there's a second question here. So then why did Allah bring certain words like this in the Quran, where only He knows the meaning? Because elsewhere in the Quran it says that the purpose of the Quran is to guide people so that we can understand religion, we can understand Islam, etc. So why bring things which we don't know the meaning of? Firstly, it's not common. It only happens very rarely, a few parts in the Quran. But why even have it? So certain scholars are of the opinion that the reason for this is, it's just a reminder at the beginning of certain surahs that, O insan, O human, who has been challenged to basically bring anything parallel or similar to the Quran. The challenge has always been there, but people have failed. Hence we say the Quran is a mu'jiza and a miracle. But at the beginning of these surahs, Allah reminds the audience and the listeners that, look, I'm putting this challenge to you, but I'm not telling you to fulfill this challenge in a foreign language. I'm using the very same letters, A, B, C, or Alif, Lam, Mim, that you lot are using. So in our Quran, we've used the same letters you lot are using, or Arabs. Yet, you have not been able to bring anything parallel or similar standard to the Quran. So it's just a reminder that basically it's the same letters that you lot use. So it's not like a challenge we've done in a different language for you. Anyway, so Alif Lam Mim. From now on, whenever these huruf al-muqatta'ah come, we'll just read them and move on. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. That book, there is no doubt in it. You know, I translated this as that book. Many translations, in fact, I would say most translations translate it as this book. There is no doubt in it. The reason for the difference in translation is dhalika, in terms of grammar, is a ismul ishara, an indicating noun used for a for item, for person, for thing. Dhalika or dhalika al-masjid, that mosque. Whereas if it was this mosque, you'll say hadha al-masjid, this mosque. So hadha is used for this, dhalika is used for that. Majority of the translators say this should be translated as this book, i.e. the Qur'an. There is no doubt in it. La rayba fi, there is no doubt in it. But then if it's this book, then why is it that dhalika has been used and not hadha? So some scholars have given an answer, which is that it's an indication to the high level of the book. You know, like sometimes you might speak to someone of an elderly person, very knowledgeable person, respected person. You say, that person, that scholar, he's standing in front of you, but you say that scholar, meaning this scholar is so far away in terms of rank from me. So rather than in terms of physical, he might be close, but you're using the word dhalika to show in terms of rank, he's far beyond me. That's what's happened here. Hadal kitab, this book, i.e. the Quran. But this book is so, the level of this book is so great in terms of rank that it's way beyond me. It's very far from me. That's what it's trying to indicate to. Dhalikal kitab, that book, i.e. the Quran. But anyway, when you translate it, if we go down this translation, that this is what the full story behind it was, then we can translate it as this book. So dhalikal kitabu, you would learn that kind of stuff in balagha. Anyway, dhalikal kitabu la rayba fi, this book, there is no doubt in it. Hudal lil muttaqeen. I think I went slightly on to non-translation aspects. We'll come back to them later. We'll focus on translation now. Hudal lil muttaqeen. This book is a guidance, lil muttaqeen, for the God conscious. This book is a guidance for the God conscious. Muttaqeen, ittaqa yattaqi ittiqaan, fahuwa muttaqin, muttaqin muttaqani muttaqina. So this is a book for the God conscious. Who are the God conscious? Who are the people of taqwa? So muttaqin is taqwa. Who are the people of taqwa? So people will give different definitions. What does taqwa mean? The Quran itself gives a definition here. Alladhina yu'minuna bil ghaybi. Those people that bring iman and faith on the unseen. For example, we've not seen Allah, we bring iman on him. For example, we've not seen Jannah, we bring iman on Jannah. For example, we've not seen Jahannam, we bring iman on Jahannam. So these are the people that we can say have taqwa. They bring iman on things even without seeing it. Just because Rasulullah has told us, we believe in it. So alladhina yu'minuna bil ghaybi. Those people that bring iman on the unseen. وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةِ, and they establish salah. أَقَامَ يُقِيمُ, to establish. So, and they establish salah, meaning they're punctual on salah. They read the salah daily, 5 daily salah, tahajjud, extra salah, nawafil, etc. So those people that bring iman upon the unseen, and they also establish salah. And another thing they do, وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. We'll translate yunfiqun first. And they spend, anfaqa yunfiqu, they spend, mimma razaqnahum, from that which we have given them. Razaqa yarzuqu means to give. So they spend from that which we have given them. The money we've given, they spend that. The food we've given them, they allow other people to eat from their food. Poor people, for example, to eat from their food, etc. The clothing we've given them, they've got extra clothing, they're ready to spend on other people as well. The knowledge they've been given, they're ready to share the knowledge with other people. So وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ, and they spend that which we have given them. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ. Again, it carries on. It's a definition of taqwa. And those people that bring iman, بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ, on that which has been revealed to you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So what has been revealed to Muhammad? i.e. the Quran. So these people, they bring iman on that book, unzila ilayk, which has been revealed to you. Wama unzila min qablik, and they also bring iman and faith on those books that was revealed before you, O Muhammad. For example, Tawrat, i.e. the true Tawrat, Injil, the true Injil, or other books and papers that were given to earlier prophets. They bring iman on the true messages of those. So these people are the people of taqwa. A further definition of taqwa. وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. And on the akhirah, they definitely have faith or certainty. أيقن يوقن إيقان means to be certain, yaqeen. So they have yaqeen, they have certainty, or they believe with certainty. Bil akhirah, in the hereafter. Bil akhirah can be like fil akhirah, in the hereafter. Ulaika, it's all a definition of muttaqun or muttaqeen, taqwa. Ulaika ala hudan min rabbihim. Do you know the people that are of taqwa? So all these ayat, the third and fourth ayah of Surah Baqarah, the definition of taqwa, the people that have taqwa, ulaika ala hudan min rabbihim. Those people are upon guidance from their Lord. Those people are upon guidance from their Lord. Wa ulaika humul muflihun, and those people are the successful ones. Those people are the successful ones. Now, do you know this hum? And it also came earlier, وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. I'll be explaining that in the Nahwa, Sarf and Balagha section at the end. But وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ, and those people are certainly the successful ones. That's one way to translate that hum. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. Anyway, literal translation of أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ is those people, hum, they, al-muflihun, they are successful. So there's a repetition of they there. Anyway, those people are the successful ones. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. Verily, so, you know, it's always easy whenever you're describing one set of people, always describe the opposite set of people as well. It just makes it easier to understand both sets of people. So we've talked about the believers. Now let's talk about the disbelievers. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. Verily, those people that do kufr or disbelieve. سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ. It's equal upon them. It's equal upon them. Meaning it doesn't make a difference. So it's equal upon them. أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ. Whether you warn them or you don't warn them. Means or. Is a question. So are you going to warn them or you're not going to warn them? It won't make a difference. But the way to translate this now is سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ. It's equal upon them. أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ. Whether. So rather than are you going to, we'll translate that as whether. Whether you're going to warn them or you don't warn them. It's not going to make a difference. لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. They will not bring iman. So whether you warn them of Jahannam, whether you warn them of the punishments of the grave, whether you warn them of the punishment of Allah in the hereafter, it will not make a difference to, for example, someone like Abu Jahl. He continued and persisted upon kufr. So whether you warn them or not, they will not bring iman. What's one of the main reasons they won't be able to bring iman? Their deeds have been so bad now. Despite Allah giving them chances, they never took those chances. And gradually, if you don't take your chance, a time comes in your life, like humans as well, we give someone chance, but then we'll give up on them. Allah gives us many more chances. But a time will come. For example, someone like Abu Jahl, his time came where Allah had sealed his heart. Now nothing will benefit him. So khatam Allahu ala qulubihim wa ala sam'ihim. It happens to almost all of us in life that sometimes we do something wrong, we'll wake up, we'll have an awakening where basically something will happen in our life and we start thinking, oh, actually I need to sort my life out. I need to stop becoming more spiritual, more God conscious. Those are reminders from Allah. But if we keep refusing or rejecting those reminders or not paying attention to those reminders, then slowly a time will come, may Allah protect us, a time will come where basically our hearts are sealed. Now we won't get any reminders. That's what happened to Abu Jahl, for example. Khatam Allahu ala qulubihim. Allah sealed their hearts. So Allah put a seal upon their hearts. Wa ala sam'ihim. And also upon the ears or upon the hearing. You can use both translations. Upon the ears or upon the hearing. Allah sealed the hearing. You can speak to them, but it's not going beyond the ears. It's not penetrating the hearts. وَعَلَىٰ أَبْصَارِهِمْ غِشَاوَةٌ. And upon their eyes, there was a cover. They can't see the truth. For example, Abu Jahl, he saw the moon split, but his eyes couldn't take benefit from that. It's as though he never saw it. It never made an impact on his heart. وَعَلَىٰ أَبْصَارِهِمْ غِشَاوَةٌ. And upon their eyes, there's a covering. Hence, it's a veil from accepting the truth. وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ عَظِيمٌ. And for them is great punishment in the hereafter. That's the first ruku. We'll stop there. Very quickly, I'll repeat the translation before we go into any further discussion. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alif Lam Mim. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. This book, there is no doubt in it. هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Is guidance for the God conscious. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ, those people that bring iman and the unseen, وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ, and they establish salah, وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ, and from amongst that which we have given them, they spend. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ, and those people that bring iman and faith on that which is revealed upon you, O Muhammad, وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ, and that which is revealed upon the people before you. وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ, and they bring yaqeen and or the belief with certainty in the hereafter. أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَى هُدًى مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ, those people are upon guidance from their Lord. وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ, and those people are successful. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ, verily those people that disbelieve, it is equal upon them. أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ, whether you warn them or you don't, لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ, they will not bring iman. ختم الله على قلوبهم, Allah will seal upon their hearts, وعلى سمعهم, and upon their hearing, وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة, and upon their eyes there is a veil or covering. وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ عَظِيمٌ, and for them there is great punishment. Okay, just before we end, we'll talk through one or two nahwa and sarf and balagha points, and then we'll take in any questions if you have any. Yahya. Okay, number one, we already discussed about dhalika. The reason I discussed it there was because it had an almost direct implication on how we're going to translate it. But just as a reminder, that dhalika, we translated it as hadha al-kitab, this book. But the reason the word dhalika and distance is used in terms of ranking, this book is way beyond our level. That's the first note. Now, la rayba fi, in terms of grammar, nahwa, la rayba is layna fi jins. So for those of us that have studied grammar, layna fi jins, la rajula fi dar. There is absolutely no man in the house. So la rayba fi, there is absolutely no doubt regarding this book. That's what layna fi jins does. Further, if we go on to just one sarf example, yu'minun. So amana yu'minu iman, amana yu'minu iman. So yu'minu, if you go down the line of yu'minu in terms of sarf, so yu'minu, yu'minani, yu'minuna. Now yu'minuna, there's two ways to read that in terms of the sarf rules. You can read it as yu'minuna, or you can also read it as yu'minuna. Hence, when you study qira'ah and you study the different ways scholars have read the Quran, there will almost certainly be certain scholars who have read this as yu'minuna and not yu'minuna. Further, وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. Now, the normal way to the order of this ayah should be yuqinuna bil akhirah. They bring yaqeen on the akhirah. Now, why is this? Firstly, the reason bil akhirah has come earlier is emphasis. It came before in the surah Iyyaka na'budu. So sometimes the maf'ul bihi or the muta'alliq can come earlier after, and the fa'il and fa'il can come later. But in this ayah, there's also an extra hum. So the simple way to understand that is that's for double emphasis. So bil akhirah coming earlier is single emphasis, hum is double emphasis. So they certainly bring yaqeen on the akhirah. So you can add that on into the translation. However, a lot of times scholars of translation, they don't add on the ta'keed and the emphasis within the translations. It's just someone reading Arabic would be able to pick that up and understand that through the reading. I think for now, that's because I don't want to overwhelm in terms of sarf, nahwa and balagha as well, and that's not the main focus. The main focus is translation. So anyway, that's why I want to stop. Any questions you have, Yahya?
No.
We'll stop there for now. Assalamu alaikum.